Albert Einstein once said, "Everything that is really great and inspiring is created by an individual who can labor in freedom." It is valid that most people can agree on this saying. Then how is it that society seems to discourage individuality? Think about it. For example, if you saw someone who dressed and acted completely different to what you were used to, your first thought would probably be how strange they are, and most likely not in a good way. This is because society sets standards. Whether these standards are shown on the internet or heard through from politics, it is certain that it gives people a feeling that they need to conform. This social issue is conveyed in the dystopian movies The Matrix and Equilibrium, where society discourages individuality and open-minded thinking as it makes the growing population much more easy to control. In The Matrix, Neo, who is the protagonist of the story, discovers something called the Matrix, and is curious to find out what it is. Through a journey of meeting new people such as Morpheus, he finds out that he had been brainwashed into thinking he was living real life when in reality it was just an illusion. At the beginning of the movie, when Neo meets Morpheus, he is met with a choice he has to make: the blue pill or the red pill. By taking the blue pill, Neo would forget this ever happened. "You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep this rabbit hole goes," says Morpheus. Through this intertextual reference to Alice in Wonderland, Morpheus gives Neo the chance to discover what is behind all the lies. The eerie music and the long pauses between the dialogue build up suspense to when Neo finally chooses to take the red pill. By choosing the red pill, Neo is choosing not to conform to authority by abandoning everything he believed up to now and join the few people to fight against the power and control that has been put on them. Similar decisions are also made in the 2002 film Equilibrium, where the government decides that banning any form of leisure, including art, movies, music, and creative literature, will eliminate emotion and not cause any more destructive wars. This creates an incredibly dull world, displayed through visual techniques such as grey tinge that makes everything look dreary and mundane, as well as costume as everyone is wearing the same clothes, all except one woman called Mary who wears a red velvet dress. The costume by itself is already symbolic that she is rebelling against the rules, as her dress is both rich in color and texture compared to everyone else. In a scene, it is discovered that Mary has a secret room filled with objects that are illegal to society. A wide-angle shot pans across the room filled with colorful paintings, books, and a record player. The variety of colors and the peaceful music that plays in the background makes the audience feel a moment of peace. The room feels like an escape from the controlling society that we saw before in the movie. This sense of escape, however, does not last long, as the clerics, who are the officers who work for the government, take Mary away to hold her as a prisoner. Consequences are also given in The Matrix to Morpheus and his team for leaving the simulation. In both films, violence is used as punishment for rebelling against authority. In The Matrix, there are agents who aim to find out the people who know about the simulation and force them into giving answers to what they know about it. This is visibly seen in the scene where Morpheus is being held captive by Agent Smith, who is the leader of the agents. Through the close-up of Morpheus in handcuffs and him sweating, the audience can recognize that he is struggling and is being tortured. While Morpheus is captive, Agent Smith gives a monologue where he says, "Human beings define their reality through misery and suffering." He continues to say, "Human beings are a disease, a cancer of this planet." Through the dialogue, we can see that he has hatred towards humans. The antagonists in both films seem to be emotionless and lack empathy. In The Matrix, the glasses give the viewer a sense that they are hiding from something. In Equilibrium, close-up shots of the clerics' faces show no emotion at all, even in their movements, which almost seems like they are turning into robots. This neutrality of their characters reinforces that they have no sympathy and that their only purpose is to control society and destroy the individuals who disagree with the rules. Both these films clearly convey a message through techniques mainly using symbolism and camera shots. They show that authority manipulates society into acting the same way as it makes them easier to control, removing individuality except for the select few such as Morpheus and Mary, who are willing to fight for their freedom and do what they truly believe in. Like ancient Greek historian Thucydides once said, "The secret of happiness is freedom, and the secret of freedom is courage." Thank you for listening.